Hello and welcome back to my channel. Belinda here from Visualized NZ. So I'm back with part 2 of my haul video from my birthday shopping trip. So if you haven't seen part 1 of the video, part 1 dealt with the fabrics that I got on my trip. So if you're not interested in fabrics or don't want to see that, then you're more than welcome just to look at this one. Now what I've got in front of me, I should say before I start, is the place I went to is called Creative Junk. And it's a warehouse full of materials that would normally end up in landfill. So things that people have donated that are left over, like leftover sewing scraps or paper scraps or things. And also materials left over from manufacturing processes and other businesses. So what I've got in front of me perhaps would have sat better with the fabric video, but it was not, these were not located in the fabric section, and that's why they were in the different bag. So I'll just get these out of the way. I love getting these when I go to Creative Junk. It's Salvage from Satin Fabrics. So just the edges, the rough edges, this holes, you know, they're produced with holes along the edge. They're trimmed off, and you buy these, get these bundles of them. Now last time I went, I was really disappointed because they only had white and cream. This time when I went, they had the most colours I've ever seen there, and I was so excited, and the bin was just brimming, like it was so full. And they have a separate bin for the cream and the white, so they were in another bin, and then they have another bin of black, which I don't think I got one of the black. So there's 3 bins, so one for the white and ivory cream, that sort of colour, one for black, and then one for colours. So that's I got just those from the other 2 bins, and then this is all from the coloured bin. And just awesome. I've already used quite a bit of this one, and it's a good thing that I got 2 of that, because that's the one I've used so far. So some burgundy colour, this beautiful winey deep red colour, which I love, super cool. And I'm just getting them off my table into the bag. This lovely golden yellow, a couple of these. I ended up with 3 of those. I know that one's slightly different. This is a slightly different blue, I think. Maybe not, just thinner. So that pale blue. Oops, my bag won't stay open. This lovely apple green, just gorgeous, love it. Then a couple of these deeper emerald greens, which are a bit wider, so I'm either going to have to trim it down a bit to use it, or I could fold it and sew it. So there's a few ways I could handle that, but I couldn't go past the colour. They didn't have any thinner ones of it. Just really beautiful colour. And then this navy one. So what I love using this for is closures on journals. I also like to use it as trimming on wherever you want a bit of fabric trim. So it could be down the side of a page. You could turn it into a ruffle for a side of a page or a pocket or something. I like to put a strip of it across the top of a fabric flip. You could put it down a belly band, like lots and lots of things you can do with it. So super happy with all those colours. And then I also picked up this, it's not exactly fabric, kind of. It's the non-slip, don't know what they're called, matte things that you like line drawers and that with, cutlery drawers and stuff, so things don't slide around. And I picked this up, really cool texture. I'm probably actually going to use this as a texture when I'm jelly printing. That was my immediate thought, but I might use bits of it in other places in journals. We shall see. But I like looking for those types of things. They make really cool imprints, and that's one I didn't have. Okay, they had bags of little rectangles of craft foam. So I just grabbed one of those bags. This is actually not a bad thickness. It's quite good. I like using that in various ways. It's great for adding dimension. Instead of buying the self-adhesive one, you can use this. I like to die cut it to make things with. And I also like making journals with bigger sheets. This would make an interesting, cute little journal. Yeah, you could get a little journal out of it. But I thought just handy to have some because I've almost out of my supply of foam. Super cool. Right, I'm just thinking I've got sort of piles around my table here and what to go to next. So I'll go to stickers. So there are these wine label stickers here. I grabbed not too many of these. There were heaps of them there. But I wasn't sure how I would use them. They're labels that obviously are from a wine that they didn't use all the labels they had printed. But I really liked the frame, so I thought I could fussy cut out the frame and use that somehow. Or I could just use it maybe in a wine themed journal or something. So I grabbed just a few of those, and then I grabbed a whole bunch more of these because I saw more uses for these, and they're also a wine label, but with these cool rectangle ones with the silver fern. So it's got a silver, metallic silver border, and then a duller silver fern with a black background, and then it's got two text labels as well. So I thought those silver fern ones, because they're an emblem of New Zealand, I can definitely use those. And they had heaps and heaps and heaps and heaps and heaps of these. So I just grabbed a stack so I can get 2 out of each sheet. And then if I don't know if I can use these or not, I'll work at that at some point. But got to love stickers, and I'll probably put one of each in my personal journal as well. And then, oh my gosh, these stickers are gorgeous. I don't know what they're from. Like, it says Mac Tack, and I've been meaning to look up what that is. They're like sample stickers for something. So there's all these colours, just super cool, like all these colours. So I really want to try die cutting these. And see how they turn out. There's a matte black one there, beautiful pink, and I'm sad because this is one of my favourite colours, and it got a bit bent up and mistreated in my bag of goodies. So I grabbed out a whole bunch of these. There were heaps there. Just tried to pick out individual colours so that I had a good range of colours, and then my husband found them and he pulled out a few more for me. So I've got more than what I picked out, and I'm not upset about it at all because I think they're going to be super fun to use. My husband also found me these. I tell you what, it's really good having him with me because he finds things that I wouldn't have. There's these 25% off and 30% off stickers. So just a little bit of a roll, not a complete roll, and there were some strips of it as well. He left those. He just grabbed the rolls, and so they'll be super fun to use to decorate collage and other ephemera bits for journals. So they were super cool. I just need to work out a way to keep them so they don't get all scrunched and bent and ruined. So that's those. And while I'm on the finds of my husband, he also found these for me. So we've the self-inking stamps, and whoops, one of the bases is missing. I've got 2 bases missing, but there was only one missing originally, so it must be in the bottom of the bag, I think. So copy for your information, faxed, posted, entered, and not transferable, account payee only. And I tested out a couple of them, and they still actually work. Not brilliantly, there's little gaps in the inking, but perfect for junk journaling. And I had been thinking about buying some of these new on AliExpress, but even new for a set of 4, I think it was like $20, which is more than I wanted to pay because they just added interest. But I got all these as part of my $10 bag with everything else that I'm showing you in this video. So my husband did good, don't you think? He did real good. Okay. That's in the wrong pile. Hang on, before I go to that pile. This little bag has got some fake money. So this is from some sort of game called Mathematics Bank. So this is from the game section. And then there's these photocopies of, I don't know whether it's actual fake money or real money. But I thought they were really cute, and I could use those in collage and things. So just a little bundle in the bag. Always looking for interesting things. And then also in the game section, I got these. So a set of community chest and property cards from a Monopoly set. So awesome as ephemera. I can decorate up the back and the front if I want, or just leave the writing and put writing paper on the back. Not sure yet, probably in multiple ways. And I got this set of cards relatively plain, just with this diamond pattern on the back, if you can see that through the glare. I had my last pack of cards, and was the one I'm using for my 50 card collages, so I needed more plain cards. And I got these cool ones. Oops, there's something else tucked in there. Oh, a Pictionary card. Bonus. These Finding Dory cards, which are super fun, really nice size. I liked the size of them. It'd be fun to play with. And I got these packets of push play things. Now, I'm not even sure what's in these. I kind of grabbed them. It was one of the first things I grabbed. Sorry about the noise of the cellophane. So let's have a look. Okay, so they're all individual little cards with fun games and things on. Pillowcase race, dress up relay, juggling, hand pong. They sound fun. I've got a couple of sets of those, so they'll be fun too. Work just like the playing cards, decorate them up, or use these cute little pictures on the front. They are cool. I'm glad I picked them up. I got this pack of cards, which looks like it comes from India. They're images of Indians. And they've got a gold gilt edging, very, very worn and grungy is how I'd term them. Great patina on them though. Lots of discoloration on the front. So yeah, great to have those as well. Really loved them. They might not actually be that old, but they look old. But they've obviously been well used. And then I got these. It's another set of cards, playing cards. And I wasn't sure what it was about at first, because it had on the backs horrible histories. And they almost brand new. They look like they haven't really been used. And then on the face of the cards are all these images. And some of them are a bit not so fantastic, and I wouldn't use them as they are. Like one of Hitler there. I don't think I'd be using Hitler. But some of them, like this king and queen, even though they've got sort of sour expressions, a knight. This one's funny. This is the funny one. It's a bunch of cats. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know whether you've come across these before. And one's a mummy cat, and the other cat's saying, "I wonder how you get to be a mummy." Yeah, well. Yeah, so some of the pictures I can use, and some of them I would not use because they're a little bit off, shall we say. You know, not happy. Not sort of thing you really want to be remembering in your journal as you're writing about your lovely day. But interesting. And then I got these. These are super cute. Look how tiny. Tiny, tiny. And one of the best things about these is the backs are matte. Like, they're not shiny like a typical playing card. The fronts are more of a satin, so they're not even really shiny either. But the backs are matte, and they're super, super cute. Like, they're so adorable. I just love them to pieces. Absolutely love them. So they were a definite get those because I'm going to have fun. So they will definitely be things that I put on things. Maybe if I've got a teeny tiny pocket, I might tuck one in as is. But otherwise they need to be put on a larger surface. Otherwise they're just going to be lost. Okay, and I picked up this in a different section. It's got a magnetic closure. Beautiful, like Asian style umbrellas. And it's got this acetate window in here, pocket, which I could use. I could even turn this into a journal actually. It would make a really cool journal. And then it's got this writing paper here with the umbrellas on. And some sort of elastic. And there must be a pen in there for holding a pen. So really, really cute. I can use the paper, and I probably will, once it's empty, which will probably take a while, you know, do a bit of fix-up work where it's a bit dog-eared and things and turn it into a journal cover, because this is pretty. It's really pretty. Okay, now moving which pile? This pile, I think. Okay. So this is the book section, I guess. I can't remember if this was in the book or the paper section, but anyway, it's a cash account bit, just ripped out of a diary, I think, by looking at the year planner on the back. But I thought that would be a fun bit of ephemera to play with. So there's just a few pages in there. I got this this was actually in the Christmas section. But I loved the illustrations in it. There were all sorts of illustrations for Christmas, and things that don't necessarily have to be for Christmas as well, like this star design. There's a wee Christmas tree here, and some numbers and circles. So very cool. Some fruit. There's some fruit in there. So I just thought that would be really cool to use. This sewing book, this was definitely in the book section, and I just really liked all the symbols and diagrams and things for use in collage, and I do want to do a sewing theme journal as well. And this is 1947, so it's actually quite old. So cool. The Modern Children's Library of Knowledge, book 4. I don't know how many are in the whole set. They only had this one, The World of Science and Invention. But it's got beautiful illustrations throughout. It's got some colour plates. I'm just looking for a date of this as well. 1957. No, 1963. So originally published in 1957. This is a print from 1963. So it does have shiny pages, which is a shame, but it has some really, really fun images, and it has been cut into, which is fine because that's what I'm going to do to it. And it makes me feel not so bad about cutting up an old book when it's already been hacked into. But some just cool images that would be fun for a male themed journal. And then ones like this, that'll be great. If you can see the wee girl with a boat, and there's a boy with a kite in the background. Yeah, more bits missing out of there. Probably in some kids' school project or something. More bits missing. So yeah, super fun. There's actually quite a lot cut out. This fun one of a wizard with an owl and a toad. That's cute. So yeah, love books with illustrations as opposed to photographs. I love photographs as well, but yeah, something special about illustrations. Then I got this, the Jack and Jill Harold Hare book, 1960, and again, just the illustrations are gorgeous. And so it's one of those styles where you get the limited colour palette, the odd one that's in full colour. And it's got that real funky, old, musty smell. So that's cool. So I've got a few children's books this time. This one's like a little magazine. It's got some stories in it, some poetry, some illustrations. So again, just fun to use bits and pieces out of that. And the paper is kind of like a thicker butcher paper. Convict Capers. This is a colouring book, and some of it has been coloured in. But I love the imagery, so you know, you get bits like this, and I can still use this, like I can tear that up and collage with it, it's not a problem. But these lovely line drawings, I can use bits of. They're super fun. I'm not sure when this was published, 1988, so it's not that old, I guess. And there's this page that's been cut out with this cool ship on it. So yeah, it really appealed to me. This is a lovely book. Stories from the Pantomime Humpty Dumpty, a Ladybird book. And like even this inside page, can you see all that? It's just gorgeous. And this is from, trying to find a year. No. Nope, not sure of the year. But lovely colour illustrations, lots of fun. I mean, look at this. This is just adorable. Can you see that? She's lovely, and the dog. And some of these could probably be fussy cut out if I can't use the whole image. Like this little boy could be cut out. This guy dancing apart from his knee, could cut him out. Maybe a cut at the wee dog. So, you know, even though they're quite big images, there's probably ways I can cut out bits of them, even if I just cut out like a torso or something, or a head. Off at the head. Sorry, wrong fairy tale. Yeah, so love the colours, love the style of the images, just pretty. And then I got this scrapbook. They had a few there. Some of them had things in, some didn't. This one was empty. And I just love this paper. For jelly printing or using as backing paper, because it's already got that aged sort of look to it, so I don't need to coffee dye it or anything. Right, so we're getting through. We haven't got too much more to go. Picked up this little pad. It's a graphite sketching pad. I do have some graphite to play with, so I thought, yes, I'll grab that. There's this little pack of Origami Squares. Not sure how many's in it, not a huge amount. And it looks like there's a piece of cardboard in there as well, which would be useful. Around in the Christmas section, there was also a box of wrapping papers. So I grabbed out some wrapping papers, and in really good condition. This is a Westpac Rescue Helicopter by the look of it. Christmas paper. And this cool black, white and silver. And then this really cute one with baby bunnies. Super sweet. And I did see some engagement paper there, or wedding paper there, with really old vintage style images. And my husband pointed it out and was like, get that. And it's like, I've actually got some. We got some when we got married on some gifts we got. So I didn't take any more, because I've still got the paper from when we got married 23 odd years ago. It's probably about time I actually used it. I got just this plain brown envelope, and then a bunch of these unused large window envelopes, which have got a company's logo and address on. It's all good. And then Lydia, if you watch this, you'll be jealous. I got this old grid paper. It's so cool. And I got this one and this one. Can you see how tiny that grid is? If I lift it up, can you see how tiny that grid is? It's just super cool. And they didn't have a lot of it. So I might have to share some with you, Lydia, because I know you love grid paper. And it's super fun. So there's less of this larger grid and a few more pages of the smaller grid. That's super, super cool. I haven't seen those before. And then they had a pile of these things. They're the waxy, I don't know if it's glassine or what it is, but the type of thing they package food in, like burgers or chips or things. And then this one, which is more of a woven, yeah, I don't know what to call it. It's got a very plasticky feel on the back with these cool little emblems. So I only found one of this Fresh and Tasty, but I found a few of this larger, whatever you call it, food packaging. So I thought they would make an interesting texture, and using those images as well. So that was that. Then in the paper section, I got a mother load of papers. I'm just going to have to shift this pile here out of the way. Bags of papers that the staff have gone through and put together, just random bits of paper. There's a couple of 12 by 12 packs. So there's scrapbook papers, there's wrapping paper, there's like printables, paper towel. This is a paper towel one. There's, I think this is wrapping paper, but it's craft paper with a cowboy on it. Just, so many different types of paper, and they're wonderful. Each and every one has beautiful array, and there's some between each pack. There's some that are the same, like this one's I think in about 4 of these bags, and there's multiple sheets of it. Just wonderful. I'll just pull out one lot just to give you an idea. I certainly won't go through them all. So there's some 6 by 6 papers in there. There's this one, which is paper towel. Then there's a marble paper. This is some Blue's Clues wrapping paper. This wrapping paper, which looks like a misprint because it's, I don't know whether it's supposed to be like that or not, but it's feathers and leaves and stones and bits. Then this, it's like large origami paper, I guess, squares of red and white. And then another smaller, that's more thicker, more like cardstock. Then this bit, then this silver paper. And then this, I believe, is from a magazine freebie, the way it's been printed in half. So it's got a nice weight to it. Then there's some bright orange light card. Then this is definitely from a magazine. This is from Papercraft Inspirations. So it's shiny, but it's got some labels and decorations and paper background. Then some purple card and another bit of orange card. So that's just a little sampling, but I do have to share with you my treasure that I found in this pack. There's only one piece of it. Oh, and this bit as well. In this pack there was this pink marble paper bag, which is super, super cool. But this, I don't know if you can just appreciate how beautiful it is. I think it's Japanese paper. It's textured. I can feel the texture of it. It's almost like fabric on the back. It's got that sort of woven feel. I do believe it's handmade paper and hand printed paper in Japan. And then it's got this lovely design and gold embossing on it. And it's going to be a hoardy bit. I do have to say I'm going to be hoarding this for a good wee while because it's just stunning. Stunning, stunning paper. So I felt really, really pleased and fortunate to have found that in one of the bags I grabbed. And there were more bags there. I certainly didn't take them all. I just picked out a few that looked like they were the type of thing I wanted and could use. And certainly they all do have a great selection. So now that I've done, or after I've done this video, I'll be able to sort them into appropriate piles and match up all the bits that repeat from bag to bag so I can find things more easily. Okay, down to the last bit. On the way out of the door at Creative Junk, there's a free section of free books. And I always save that for last because I don't want to load up my paid bags with things that are free. So usually we get to the heading out the door and my husband takes whatever I've bought out to the car while I'm fossicking for what books I want. So I picked up these books. I also picked up 4 Reader's Digests, which I've put away because I was down to my last Reader's Digest as well, and I love using those as glue books. So first up here is this old book. I did look at the date, but I can't remember what it was. 1906. So I didn't even look at what it was really. But it's, yeah, because it's old and I knew it was old. So I'm not sure whether I'm going to keep that as is or whether I'm going to rip it up. I'm not sure yet. This one is a very recent book. But it's got some things tucked into it. But I loved it because it's got some lovely images from Japan, but it's got all this Japanese text in it. And it's got a whole heap of recipes that are in Japanese on one side of the page and in English on the other. And I wanted it for the Japanese text primarily, and there's some cool black and white imagery as well. But when I got it home and started looking through it, there's also some really nice photography of Japan. So if I do a Japan themed book, this will be my first port of call. Otherwise, the Japanese text I will use in collage. This Good Housekeeping book of quilt making. I love these, again, for the patterns in them. They make great text. This one is from 1976. So things like this, they add great texture into collage. I could also use the colour plates for making pockets and things. Quilting, patchwork and things are a big part of boho, so I like looking out for them for use in boho themes. But primarily just the patterns, the texture that they provide and the interest. So super fun. For a similar reason, there's this one. It's old. How old is it? It was only 70 cents back in 1973. So I was only 2 years old when this was produced. So again, more textures and patterns, and this is matte paper, so that's even better, and some cute, really retro style images. So lots of fun. And bonus, I found in the middle these 2 sets of hand-drawn pattern pieces. So that one's on grid paper and this one's on newsprint paper. So you have to be careful because it's a little bit fragile. But all this, and this has been ruled into a grid by hand. So obviously with a ruler, but gridded up by hand, and then the pattern enlarged for whoever owned this little magazine. Oops, trying to remember, see how it was folded there, that way. So bonus, finding these bits and pieces inside, and that's part of what I love about getting the old books, is you can find old bits that are perfect for ephemera. I'm sure there were some more in some of the books too. I'm not sure where they went. And here's another children's book. So this is a songbook, again with beautiful illustrations. Here we've got an old card. I didn't see that one. It's actually sellotaped in. That's gorgeous. I haven't had a good look through these, so there's things I'm seeing, but it's got music, it's got these gorgeous illustrations, just lots of fun. I might have a bit of a problem deciding which side of the page to use. Oh, that's sweet, this lovely little girl with a cat. I mean, just truly delightful. And bonus, in the middle of this is this songbook. It starts at page 17, so it's not all there. There's 16 on that side, 14. Oh, maybe it is. Maybe it's just turned inside out. Oh, look at that. It's turned inside out. So, it has actually got a cover. 44 songs for little children. Songbook with music. So that was a bonus I found inside. And then this one, which is a typed out lyrics of songs. So really cool to have the old typewritten things as well. Just gorgeous. I just really want to go through it and soak in everything, but I won't do that on camera. So I really hope you've enjoyed seeing what I got from this shop, Creative Junk. I do believe there's a similar shop in Wellington. If you're in that area, I don't know where else in the country there might be something similar, but super fun, just a treasure trove of materials for junk journalers, and I hope it will be sooner than 18 months when I get to go back again. So with that, I'm going to call this a video, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye bye. Oh, I'm back again. I turned around and found one of the things that I'd missed because I put it on the chair behind me, is this pattern book. It's the first one I've ever come across, and it was in the free section. Sorry, just really close to the camera there. It's children's clothing, toddlers, so it's got some photographs, but mostly what I want it for is these beautiful, beautiful illustrations, if you can see that, of the children and the outfits. Super sweet. So I want to fussy cut these out. Some of them will have to be like just part of the child because the drawings overlap, and sometimes I'm going to have to struggle with which side of the page. I mean, super cute. So if you're looking for things and happen to see a pattern book, whether it's children or adults or whatever, look to see whether it's got these type of hand-drawn illustrations, because they're going to be super fun to use as focal points on ephemera. So there we go. That's the final thing. So now I will end this video. Okay, thanks. Bye.